Ladies and gentlemen, the American Cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. Well, today is National Spinach Day. So eat your spinach like Popeye the Sailor Man. National Security hearing yesterday in the Senate, and they grilled Tulsi Gabbard and company, Kash Patel, Ratcliffe, all about nothing about, that Yemen, the so-called classified information. He didn't even name what the target was. There was nothing in there about timing. It was much ado about nothing. All right, Trump is going to declassify all the Russian hoax documents. That's funny. Trump also signed an executive order that says you got to prove your citizenship to vote. Makes sense to me. And a limited ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia solely to keep the ships sailing through the Black Sea. And Trump says he got a beautiful portrait from Putin. Beautiful, one of his favorite words. Beautiful. All right, Jasmine Crockett actually referred to Governor Abbott. When Governor Abbott was a young man, he was jogging, a tree fell on him, and he became a paraplegic. He's governor of Texas. Jasmine Crockett referred to him as Hot Wheels. An apology was demanded. She denied it, refused. Bud Light, this is huge. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light is not going to sponsor, for the first time in 30 years, the Pride event in St. Louis parade. Wow. Chris LaChafita, who was part of the Trump duo, Susie Wiles and he, ran the Trump's beautiful campaign, is suing the Daily Beast for defamation. Go get him, Chris. FCC denied CBS's attempt to dismiss the complaint by Trump. Anti-Israel. They can't make it up. They all show up to Raz while Huckabee is getting confirmed to be the ambassador to Israel in his hearing. They tried to disrupt the Senate hearing yesterday. Tom Cotton was great, pointing out that they were from a communist-backed organization. Kroger and Albertson are suing each other over their failed deal. Can you imagine the money they spent that went? Social Security. This is appalling. Elon Musk says there's 7 million people getting a check who are 120 years old and older. Where were the other Social Security administrators? What the hell? It's nuts. Nobody cares. 23andMe's filed bankruptcy. I never did use them. They say you need to contact them and tell them to delete the data. Who knows if that works? Brian Kohlberger wants to block the Venmo and video evidence against him. By the way, remember, folks, there's two things going on here. Public opinion. Is this guy the killer? Hell yes, he's the killer. Will he be convicted? Who knows? I think he will be. But the bottom line is, always remember, if he's trying to exclude that evidence, why? Megyn Kelly's going to start a network for people that are like her. I need to get some information to Megyn Kelly. Maybe I can be on her show. Dr. Marty Makary was sworn in as the new not sworn in. Well, I guess he is sworn in by now, but he was approved by the Senate yesterday, the head of the new FDA. And NASA is canceling 420 million useless contracts. Can you imagine some of those little companies that are now bankrupt because they were chiseling off NASA? You know it is. In world news, J.D. Vance is going to Greenland. Usha was there, now he's going. And they want Mexican beer tariffs. The Teamsters want Mexican beer tariffs. Good old Modelo is number one in this country. That would change, I guess. And Pope Francis apparently was near death. It was pretty close. In fact, the doctors were considering not intervening, but he's now back home. And in pop culture, this Hawaiian anesthesiologist from Maui was on vacation with his girlfriend, an engineer, and he tried to kill her. It's crazy. Pushed her off a high point, then tried to hit her. All for she wouldn't take a picture with him of some sorts. And My Cousin Vinny, a very funny movie starring Ralph Macchio. They're apparently going to do a My Cousin Vinny 2. And Fleetwood Mac, there's still hopes they might get together, please. Lindsey Buckingham and good old Fleetwood Mac got together. Now they all got to do is get good old Stevie Nicks on board. In Sports Without Boundaries, Rick Pitino is a finalist for one of the Coaches of the Year. He ought to be. Ohio State is going to go to the White House. Russell Wilson's going to be the new quarterback for the Giants, signing a one-year deal. Stephon Diggs is going to the Patriots. And Cameron Ward did his pro day at Miami, and he looked like the number one, and it looks like the Tennessee Titans are definitely going to take him. Your Shakespeare insult of the day is do not be a cankered, cockered Applejohn. Do not be a cankered, cockered Applejohn like Jeff Blankenship. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.